Hey guys, and welcome back to another NBA offseason review. Now before I begin this video, please excuse my voice. I know it sounds like somebody's hitting a low-pitched hammer on something, but please bear with me as I'm a little under the weather. But either way, going alphabetical, we are now on the Brooklyn Nets. They've been the laughingstock of the league for many seasons, especially because of that Boston trade that sort of screwed over the Brooklyn Nets in their first 4 years of being in Brooklyn. But that happens to be a different story from what I saw this offseason. Let's go over their offseason first. Their signings. They re-signed Joe Harris, who's a good young three-point shooter. He's shown some promise. They signed him for a multi-year deal. They got Ed Davis, who I think can still play defense in this league. They got him on a one-year rental. And they signed the backup guard, Shabazz Napier, to a 2-year, $8 million deal. They going into the draft, they had the 25th pick, and they had the 10th pick in the second round. With that first pick, they drafted Dzanan Musa. I don't know how to pronounce that. He is very foreign, actually from Bosnia. 6'9". The body is a bit of a question. He's 6'9", but he's very slim. He's like 190, 195 pounds wise. His length is a little lacking, but to me, he looks like a sort of step down from Marcus Smart. He's a good defender, but this guy makes winning plays. He does seem to be a pretty decent shooter as well. Playing for his Bosnian U18 team, playing against other countries, he averaged 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And the other player they drafted, Rodions Kurucs. Again, I don't know. I have no clue how to say that name, but another European forward. I guess they're trying to find their European diamond in the rough, but he's also 6'9", from Latvia. He's more of a 3-and-D player. There are some definite concerns about him, being that he didn't play against great competition in his European playing, and he is a bit injury prone, but he has good potential as a 3-and-D player, so he looks like a pretty decent second round prospect to me. But what really made me high on this Brooklyn Nets offseason was the moves they made through trades. They traded Timothy Mozgov and 2 second-round picks to Charlotte for Dwight Howard, and then bought out Howard for $5 million. Timothy Mozgov was locked on for, I believe, 2 to 3 more years at $16 million. So you're saving $11 million right off the bat, and you're getting rid of Dwight, and you're getting rid of that long-term contract. 2 second-round picks could be helpful, but to get rid of that salary is pretty nice for the Brooklyn Nets. And after this upcoming season, they have multiple contracts that are going out, including DeMar Carroll at $15 million. They traded for Kenneth Faried, who's owed $13 million, and Jared Dudley at $9 million will all be expiring after the end of this season. So that automatically opens up over $35 million in cap for the Nets to go after the amazing free agent class next season. Klay Thompson, Kyrie, Kemba Walker, a couple other guys sprinkled in there, but they will definitely try to lure Klay or Kyrie with that max contract, have their own team, play in Brooklyn, Jay-Z, the whole New York mentality. A couple other things they do need to decide on, which I think they'll be able to deal with pretty effectively. After this year, you're going to have to figure out what you want to do with D'Angelo Russell, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, and Spencer Dinwiddie. All these players have shown flashes. To me, if you keep 2 out of 3, you keep Russell and Dinwiddie. D'Angelo Russell, I still think, could be a very good player in the NBA. You just got to give him a little bit more time, and he's had such a rocky start to his career. I think he'll level off and be a pretty good player. And Spencer Dinwiddie, 25 years old, has really blossomed in Brooklyn. Last season, he made some really clutch shots, really good scorer off the bench, and they even start him at the 2 guard sometimes. But they're going to have to decide on D'Angelo Russell, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, and Spencer Dinwiddie. And the big thing, the Brooklyn Nets now own their own pick. They own their first round pick for the next couple seasons. Boston does no longer own any of their picks. So Brooklyn now has the freedom to select who they want in the first round. Their pick will probably be a top 10 to top 15 pick just like last season. So they could get a pretty good young player to pair with all this talent they're getting, and possibly a max contract player in Klay Thompson or Kyrie Irving. But looking at the Brooklyn Nets season overall, looking at a grade, I'm going to give them a B+. I know this may be a little inflated, but I think the workarounds that they did with the trade to get rid of Mozgov, open up so much salary cap, trade for expiring contracts in DeMarre Carroll, or no, not DeMarre Carroll, but Kenneth Faried and Jared Dudley, is going to give them a ton of flexibility and room to work in this offseason. But guys, that was my grade for the Brooklyn Nets, a B+. Let me know what you think of the Brooklyn Nets offseason in the comments section below. Please don't be too mean. I mean, this is my opinion after all, and I know you guys have your opinions, as I always love to converse with you guys in the comment section below. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next offseason review.